Poor kid, actually, he was working on this film at the same time. His dad had just died. So it actually was a way. It was a way to help him sort of get over it, because he's like, I got to play on a movie set. He's
That's
like,
cool,
it helped me deal with it. But I'm like, yeah, that's fucked up.
Would have been a little better if it wasn't a movie dealing with death and horror. But
yeah,
whatever.
but you
hey,
know what?
Whatever.
In most of these things, they
when
don't
you're a
really.
kid actor,
in
I
most
guess
of these things, they generally don't tell you what's up. And he never has to be scared. We'll get to them fucking with a kid when we get to number 7.
Yeah, I'm sure fucking Robert Englund was like super cool with him.
In most cases, again, wait till we get to number 7.
So his name is Jacob.
Yep.
And she's like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Hi, Jacob. Nice to meet you. And he's just like, I'm sorry your boyfriend got killed. And I'm like, only a kid can say that sentence.
Yeah. How did you?
Yeah, just knows.
And then he kind of just buggers off.
Like, he fucks off. And then cut to Alice talking to Yvonne. And she's just like, well, where's this Jacob kid? Like, he must have snuck in from the children's ward. And she's like, we don't have a children's ward.
Yeah, so it's like, there's no kids on your floor, and there is no children's ward. I'm like, well, that'd be weird that a hospital doesn't have a child's ward.
It would also be weird that
because all hospitals have a children's ward.
I mean, even then, like, you could still treat children, even if you don't have a specific ward for it. You just treat children if children are sick and or hurt.
Cut to my son. He's sick.
No,
oh, I'm sorry, madame.
No,
we don't serve his kind here.
In this small town, clearly we have another hospital. We don't have room for your child. Get the fuck out of here. I cast thee out.
I can't even.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Like,
in this small town in Ohio, I'm sure they have many hospitals.
Yeah, one especially this big. Well. That's fine. Shut up. It's just a movie.
Yeah.
So Greta's upset in her room with the dolls that really don't get referenced at all anymore.
No, but...
why is she in a room with all the creepy dolls?
Well, because if you've seen her mother probably likes everything creepy, so she probably gave her the doll to be a doll.
It's so, whatever.
I mean, it's there as fucking foreshadowing.
Yeah, it's just like, Greta, come down.
Why am I defending this movie? I can't say I don't like this movie, but it's the weakest of them all, in my opinion.
Like I said, the funny thing is, I'm still going to give it a good rating. So Alice...
So am I, but I'm biased.
So Alice is trying to now explain to all her friends what a Freddy Krueger is, and how Freddy Krueger operates, and that this is how Dan died. And she doesn't mention...
Yeah.
Because this was only a year ago.
Yeah.
Hey, I had a whole other mess of friends.
Which is my question, and I've questioned this from fucking day one.
Hey, guys, you're all my friends.
Do you not remember your old friends? Did these people just move here the day after they all died?
Yeah, because do you remember, like, all of them? Like, my brother? Yeah.
Remember my brother and Kristen and Kincaid and Joey and... wow, that had a massive fucking body count.
Kristen
Sheila and Debbie. All these people... that died in that one brief fucking period, that were all my friends. First of all, why are you people so stupid that you are my friends? Second of all, do you not remember them? Did they all move in the day after?
And even if they did, hey, I just warn all of you, if you want to be my buddy...
Don't be friends with that bitch,
this is what
because her
happened
friends
to all
died.
of my friends and even my brother.
Yeah, like... Steer clear of... I've been to high school, alright? It takes a lot less than all your friends dying for people to shun you. So if all your friends die, you are the kid in the corner who nobody talks to. Alright?
That's Alice. All of her friends died. Like, literally all of them.
Yeah, except for the boyfriend who wasn't her friend to start with.
Who just died.
Well, he died now, exactly. So, how do you fuckheads not know about this?
So Mark and Greta are like, but Yvonne's like, no, you're crazy, this is nuts.
And they're just like, it's nice. And they literally like, let's talk about the baby.
Yeah, let's talk about the baby.
What are you going to name him? And she's, and to Alice's credit, she's like, that's not the fucking point, you idiots. Let's talk about the immediate threat to your lives. Shall we? No? Okay.
So Alice and her dad, and he's just like, no, it's cool that you're pregnant. Just don't make it a habit.
She has a little bit of a freak out. He comes in and like the sweet dad of like, well, she's just like, when did you become a conscientious shopper? He's like, when my little girl became a mom. And it's like this heartfelt moment, and it's the one he gets. And he fucking, And she's just like, "Are you disappointed in me?" He's like, "No, I'm not. But just don't do it again."
Don't make any more children.
Yeah, don't do that again. Because then it's just like, he's like, "I wish we..." And it's a little bit of a callback to your brother, which I do like. Where he's just like, it'd be nice to have a little boy playing around again.
Yeah.
That's kind of sweet.
That's cool. Cut to a dinner party.
Yes.
One of those, like, creepy, rich
basically,
people parties.
The shot from Beetlejuice.
Basically.
It's the dinner party from Beetlejuice.
I'm pretty sure her mother is basically the Catherine O'Hara character from Beetlejuice for the most part.
Although, this might be a hot take, I like this mother better.
Really?
She's so much oh my god, this chick is fun. I like her a lot.
Like, she's like wide-eyed, fucking porcelain fucking
Greta,
skin.
dear. She's literally like, why aren't you eating, Greta? Well, I'll tell you, Mom. One of my friends just died today. Do you mind if I take a second to remember
weird. Greta, who is 18, is dressed like she's 12?
Yeah, again,
why does this
have doll thing? I think it's the doll thing.
Like, why does this grown woman have a baby doll dress on?
Well, this is a precursor to, like, those fucking pageant moms. That's what I'm guessing, right? Yeah. So she's fucking, like, they're just like, oh. I do enjoy that little bit of commentary there. The fucking guy who's getting a second martini, who's clearly hammered. She's like, I read about that guy. Drunk, wasn't he? And then the mother chimes in and was like, oh, he was just a friend, not someone special, not someone she was seeing. And fucking, like, Greta's like, what the fuck is going on? And then a guy pops up.
A waiter.
With something offering her food. This is what I never realized, because I guess I never looked at his face.
That this is Buddy.
That's Robert Englund. Yep. And I was like, motherfucker, why? Unnecessary. And B, how expensive must that, or how much time must that have taken? Because Freddy's in the shot, right? Eventually.
My guess is...
So how do you do that? Because it takes 4 hours to apply that makeup.
What they probably did was they probably filmed... Now, I don't know. They do the 100 Maniacs scene.
Yeah.
Then they do him as the waiter. Then you go into makeup, and then you do the rest of. You do the rest of the dinner party scene.
It occurs to me that it occurs to me because you might be right, because that dinner party scene is only lit where you see the table. You don't see anything around them.
So whilst they're doing the 100 Maniacs scene, they're dressing the dinner party,
which doesn't have any real dressing aside from bringing a fucking table.
So he does his scene. He gets out, cleans himself up. They put him in the waiter outfit. He does the dinner party scene, and then he might even stay in the waiter outfit.
No, well, yeah, they would do that. Yeah.
Then he gets out, puts the Freddy outfit on, goes back to the dinner party scene, films the rest of it.
Yeah, that's entirely possible, but that's still a long fucking day.
No, that's an 18-hour day.
In a world where they're filming at other shit at the same time, what they probably did was that exact thing, but like they had, they went to this scene and they're filming like
even be shocked if some of the fucking 100 Maniacs were in the dinner party.
Oh, I doubt it.
But
my guess is because of the way that it was filmed with like sets upon sets, they probably were filming like maybe whilst Robert's getting the makeup on, they're filming another scene in like Alice's bedroom where she's talking to him and shit. That's probably how they would have done it.
So he starts force feeding Greta, and she gets a bit of a garbage pail face kid.
Yeah, well, basically, as I said, like they cut. He initially cuts the doll open.
Yeah,
he starts feeding her, and says things like a great fucking delivery where he's just like, second helping. His delivery is so fucking solid in this.
Yeah.
And then this is where in the original cut you see that he's feeding pieces of her, and then he picks her up and he's just like, oh, poor baby, and fucking, pats her back. But really what's happening is she's choking to death.
Yeah.
This is what everyone was seeing. Because,
in real life she's up. Like,
yeah. Because there was another thing where she was just like, when she first says like, I'm not hungry, her mom gives her shit. And it's just like, well, mother, why don't I come and eat this whole thing and then go throw up and have seconds, which is a bit of a call, I guess, to the original.
Mm-hmm.
But her mother's like, but this is why we diet, dear, so we can eat things like this. So when she's choking in her dream, everybody's laughing. And this is where we cut to Alice in another fantastic fucking scene.
Mm-hmm.
Alice opens the fridge, and we get some like fucking claymation shit.
Everything
starts to melt and moldy and shit, and it looks fucking beautiful. And then it cuts to Greta reaching out to her, and Alice trying to grab her, and then Freddy pops out of the fridge, grabs a hold of fucking Greta, slams the door shut, and then Alice timidly opens the door and there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And then this is when Greta fucking slams her face on the table. She dead.
Dead as...
Yeah.
AF.
DED dead.
So that's it for Greta. Did you count the scenes? Because if you blinked, you missed her.
Well, she was very pretty. That's about as much as we got.
Because Dan's not in the movie a whole lot either. But to be fair, he had a whole.
Had a whole flick, so he's good. But
because the rest of it, I think the one thing that kind of upsets me is that the rest of her friends last pretty much to the end of the film.
Well, this was a thing that they. After I was going to save this for the end, but I guess this fits here. Part of the reason why they're claiming that the movie didn't do all that well is because they're claiming that, like, after the fourth one, that was the highest body count in the franchise. This one only has 3. So they're like, by this point, this is the 80s slasher boom right now. It's at the fucking pinnacle of its love.
The height of its powers.
Yeah, and everyone is, like, upping a body count, and they only killed 3. Now, mind you, some of the most creative deaths of the franchise.
If not the most.
Yeah, but you're only giving me 3.
No.
In a flick that A is an hour and a half, so it's long enough you could do it. Mm-hmm. And it's just kind of a letdown from the last one where they just killed everybody. So
I guess it depends on where you're coming from.
Yeah.
My whole problem wasn't that there was only 3 deaths. It's just like I don't like that you barely introduce a character and then kill her.
Well,
not 20 minutes to 30 minutes after
you've
introduced her.
Seen a Friday the 13th movie? That happens consistently.
Yeah, but that's...
Now, I personally...
Those characters are literally just cannon fodder.
Yes, no, I agree. Like, I personally consider the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise a little smarter. I'm trying to be diplomatic because I love Friday the 13th.
Yes. Nightmare is the more sophisticated, more or less, quote-unquote, slasher out of the 2.
Yeah, like, I'm certainly not I'm not diminishing the Friday the 13th franchise. I do love it myself, and we will cover those, trust me. I love that franchise, but that franchise is very different. How they got put together, I'll never know, because they're so vastly different.
Yeah.
You know, Nightmare was a little more brains, whereas, Friday the 13th is gore, and there's nothing wrong with that. So
both are good on their own merit.
But that's the thing. In a world where slasher, like, this is the norm by this point. So I think they got everything they needed out of Greta. What were we really going to get out of this character? We got kind of everything we needed.
I guess. I just don't know. But you know what I mean.
I would like,
right?
I absolutely do. But
although
I just
now that you've told me that story of her with the producer, I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
There was, well, I mean, again, not the same character. Not the same character at all. But there's really nothing else we could do with this character. I really don't think. And I'm not. It's so weird that I keep defending this movie when I'm like, no, this movie is dumb. But I just don't think. Honestly, with Greta, I just don't think that there's anything else there.
Now I know it's because she was at home being upset with the dolls and everything, but if you would have put her with her and you're on visiting Alice in the hospital, like, why wasn't she there?
I'm not sure. But I guess probably the same... Well, no, actually I do know, because Yvonne works there, remember?
She's but she could have called and go, oh my god, Dan was in an accident, he died, please, you gotta come.
They might not allow visitors at that time of night.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, her dad showed up.
Well, it's her family, and she's 17. He can stay all he wants.
And I guess because Yvonne's a nurse there.
Yes. Yvonne's a candy striper.
Yeah.
So she can be there. Her dad can be there because he's family and she's 17. So clearly, he legally can be there as long as he wants. Because if they have to operate per se, they have to get his permission. So it's easier if he's there. They probably couldn't come. So there was probably no reason for it. Which is why also Mark wasn't there. And he gets enough screen time. Well,
that's the thing. Him and Yvonne get enough screen time because they last till the end of the movie more or
less.
So maybe if you would have lasted a few more scenes.
I think it's unfortunate
it's
with
her. It's just unfortunate that out of the 3 people who are introduced in this movie, 2 of them get the entire movie.
Yeah.
Or at least one of them gets the entire movie. One of them almost gets the entire movie.
That's what
it's just this one person that, you just happen to be... Someone had to go.
Somebody had to be that one, and unfortunately for it is Greta did. But again, I think they got everything out of Greta that they needed. I really don't think that character was all too deep. I mean, yes, you could easily delve into more of it, because clearly she was upset about the point of her life.
Yeah.
Because to me, it seemed like she didn't really want to be a model. Yet, in the rap that they had, she wanted to be a model. It was very weird, because I feel like, yes, there was absolutely something more, and this goes into my problem with this movie, is the story's not clearly defined, and we know why. But the story's fucking all over the place, and it's just kind of dopey.
Yeah, and it's more of a pet peeve than a complaint, but, either way.
Mm-hmm.
So Alice and Yvonne visit Mark, because, we gotta check on Mark, because his not girlfriend, but unacquainted love just died.
Yeah, so he's clearly not taking it well.
He
even says at one point, "I'm not taking this well."
Yeah, he's at his dad's factory, I guess.
No, this is where he lives.
Oh, okay.
He lives there.
Okay, he lives there.
This is sort of he lives in his dad's